Welcome to this look at a new mod map on Farming Simulator 19 with me, MrSealyp. This is Hills of Italy. This is a new mod map by Miki Mapper, 207.82 megabytes to download. This is another one of those ones. For me personally, it's a game of two halves. There's some really nice features on this. The landscape's really nice. A few things that really stood out to me that I really liked. There are some clunky bits. There's a few bits here and there which just could probably do with a little bit of smoothing out, tidying up. There's a few floaters, a couple of trees here, some trees here and there, some signposts, things like that. It's by no means a horrible map. I'm not saying that. Now, I'm on New Farmer, normal economy. On New Farmer, it's 603 out of 1299 slots. If you come onto this on Farm Manager or start from scratch, that drops down to 404. And you start with nothing, and it will look something like this. Okay, so this has, when I say custom crops, normally if there's an additional crop type, as far as things you can sell, I'll show you. It's probably easier if I show you. If we go to this menu and we'll scroll across, you will see that all of these things here have a sell point. That's because this map is compatible with the Seed Factory, the Placeable Factories Pack, and the Placeable Factories Pellet Pack. The information about those, the details will be in the description for the video. So it's compatible with all the various different factories pack. Now, there is a warning with that, because this map also says it's seasons ready and it's compatible with precision farming. Well, all maps are compatible with precision farming, just comes with the standard Giants soil map. But if you come onto this with seasons, some of the Placeable Factories packs don't work in conjunction with seasons. So just be very careful of that. If you do come on here, I'll often get people messaging me saying, I can't get the factories to work, seasons isn't working. It could be a collision, a clash between those two particular things. So whilst it does say it's seasons ready and you can use all the factories, some of the factories packs themselves don't like to work with seasons. So yeah, the Placeable Factories Pack by erShaba, the Seed Factory by erShaba VSR Modding Sur, and the Placeable Factories Pellet Pack by Vanquish081 VSR Modding Sur. It's down as required mods. You don't have to have them on here, I don't suppose, if you don't want to have the factories. You don't have to. The map itself, let's have a look, shall we? It's not a very big map, 24 fields in total. 2 wooded areas, one over to the side here and one over to the side here. This is kind of hemmed in by rocks all the way around, and there's a couple of ways to get into it. It's an interesting area, actually. Hopefully, I'm just trying to think, will we get out to there? I might leave that as an area for you to explore. We start down here at the main farm area with fields 1 and 2, which are quite small, field 6, which is a little bit bigger around the back, sleep trigger and a cow pasture. It's the only animals you start with on the map. There is a huge placeables area, which I assume is going to be for kind of the factories pack if you're going to use that, or you can use it for anything you like. Field prices aren't too expensive. We have got some small fields down here, like for 62 grand. Then these 2 huge fields up in the northwest, 757,000. 637,000. The biogas plant is purchasable for 505,780. That's a regular biogas plant. It will take your usual regular crop types. Let's have a look, shall we? Farmhouse is just here. There are some mods on this map that have been included by the map maker. One being this, the farmhouse. Where was the sleep trigger? By this door, wasn't it? Yeah. Sleep trigger's by that door, but you can come in. Now, as we go around, I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if it's intended to be. I get a feeling the scaling's off a bit. Now, these buildings might genuinely may intended to be this big. I just get a feeling the bricks look huge and stretched, and these kind of metal gate sections on here. All I don't know if the scale's off. All I'm going to say, the light fittings as well. As we go around, there's a few buildings and stuff that just seem a little bit too big. And you'll see with the tracks as we go around as well, the tracks seem to have scaled up a little bit. If it's intended to be like this, I apologise to the map maker. I just get that feeling with some of the buildings, it just seems a little bit off. But so this is the main farm area. We have a large silo here. This is also modded, I think, 500,000 litres. I think it takes different crop types as well. Although, I was trying, there we go. This does open up to be able to put things into it, and taking out is done from the other side. The cows we'll have a look at in just a second. We do start with the pickup and a load of machinery on there. We'll have a look at that as part of the 603 slot count. But then, like I say, if you come onto here on Farm Manager and start from scratch, 404, and none of this is here. None of these buildings, none of the machinery. This is just an open expanse. And we do start with a fair bit of equipment. Cow barn over here, cow pasture. Milk trigger is just there. Dialogue box is here. We'll have a look at the mods available in that the map maker's put in just a second, so we'll see the capacity for this. Feed trigger and bedding trigger are along here. Water trigger's just there. We'll go back to the pickup. Manure point is over there, and slurry point is just here. It has some nice views. The texturing's nice. The colour palette used works. It's very nice. So as far as mods go, no, that's the one I want. If we go across, well, we'll have a look in garage first. We start with the New Holland. It's actually a bit of a New Holland farm, and you'll see because the main store we go up there is a New Holland themed store. T5 120, T6 155, New Holland TX32 harvester, pickup, farm tech trailer, header, well, a couple of headers for the New Holland. We've got ourselves a cultivator, seeder, herbicide and liquid fertilizer sprayer, loading wagon, some front loader attachments, and then we move into what we start with. So the large cow pasture will hold 100 that you start with. If you're wondering what that, down the bottom left-hand side, what the strange green crop type is, that's part of the factories, the pellet thing. I think that's the hay pellets, I think. So the large grain silo is a 500,000 litre, there you go. And it does take main crop types, but it also does sugar cane. It does some forage type crops, including grass, and potatoes, sugar cane, sugar beet. So it does a few different things, and we've got a few different buildings. Officina is the workshop. We'll have a look at it in just a second as well. The brick fountain and the farmhouse. So the farmhouse is sellable and removable, so this does not have to be where you start. What we'll do is have a quick look in here so we can see them. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so that's all part of the factories pack. So the only animal pen that is modded in here is the large cow pasture. All the rest will be whatever mods you want to install from elsewhere. Miscellaneous, I don't think we have anything. Oh yeah, the fountain. The water fountain, we're getting water. Decoration was clear. Silos has got the modded silo. Sheds, we've got all these. Italian theme with the terracotta roofs. And then the farmhouse just there for 180 grand. So that's the modded stuff. The workshop is, where was the workshop? This one here. Officina. I don't know, it may just be me, it just seems huge. Big opening doors either side for getting all the machinery in. So that's your workshop trigger here at the main farm. Let's grab the pickup. Let's head off. Trying to think. I think I'm going to do a clockwise route. Right, and this is what I'm talking about. When you look at the tracks, it's done in such a way that you've got this little grass bit in the middle. It doesn't seem so bad here. That's kind of like the bit between where the tyres go, but the bits either side seems huge. Now, you could argue, well, maybe it's just two lanes. You know, one goes up one way, one comes the other way, the grass has grown in between. But when we get out into the tracks and the fields, I don't know, it just seems a little bit, like I say, I know I've mentioned it a few times, but you'll see as we go around. Go over the river, a couple of guys fishing, taking it all in. Now I have put the time forward, so we're at 9:22. The stores are all closed and they have opening times. I'm confused because when I did my first kind of quick look around here to see where everything was, I got here at 8 AM and the gates were locked. Now that says 7 till 8 PM, 7 AM to 8 PM. That gate didn't unlock until 9 AM. Now you could argue, well, there's a time difference. There should be a time difference. I'm on this map. That's the time in the top right hand corner. So yeah, it didn't open till 9. I'm not quite sure why. But anyway, it's a minor thing, but just, I know I've often had people in the past when I've done map tours message me and say, all of the stores are locked, I can't get in there, what's wrong? Yeah, it does say 7 there, but it won't open till 9. I don't know why. So Consorzio is the first of the sell points. We'll have a look at the sell points in the sell point screen in a minute. It's round the back here. It's one of the main sell points. There are a few. And then we're going to head around to the biogas plant. Like I said, the biogas plant, like all biogas plants on all the maps, has to be owned to be used if you want to make money from it. And it's just here with 2 huge silage clamps. Digestate byproduct is collected there, and this is your input, your sell point, which puts into the digesters. Like I say, fairly regular things you put in this. It doesn't do wood chips or sugar beet or potatoes or anything like that. That's your biogas plant. Now this is one of the features I was talking about. As you go around, I know it's fairly regular, each section has got it, but this kind of effect where the concrete's chipped away and you can see the rebar underneath that's rusted a bit, it's really nice. It kind of breaks up that just sort of slab-sided grey you often get. I think possibly maybe having one of these every now and again rather than all the way along, but I liked it as a feature. I thought, as I drove around it stood out, and I thought, I like that, that's cool. Did I mention I liked it? We're going to head along the bottom. There's another route up we'll take, I think. That's what I mean. You've got a floating sign there. There's a few trees here and there. It probably just needs a bit of an update, maybe. Most maps do. When I say that, that's no disrespect to the modders or anything like that. Often the conversion over, I've said it before, between PC to console, things crop up that the map makers can't check for. They don't know. And if you place thousands of trees on a map, going through and checking every single one to see whether you've got 1 or 2 that are off the ground or a signpost here and there gets incredibly difficult. I can totally understand that. See what I mean about the track? I don't know. Yeah. Right. So, carrying on. Come back towards the river. We're going to head up. When I refer to things on map tours as being a bit clunky here and there, it's sometimes like joins on roads, or it might be the landscaping. Sometimes it's really sharp and really steep in an area or a place where you think it should maybe be smoother. Now, you think it personally, you may think, well, shouldn't this be a bit smoother? The map maker may well have intended it that way. And sometimes you get lumps and bumps in places where you think, that's weird. It's a smooth road and there's a horrible lump somewhere. So it can be sometimes you think, okay, it just might need a bit of smoothing out, a bit of, again, possibly a bit of an update. I'm not saying this entire map is like that. It's not. It has a very, very nice feel to it. I like it. So we come to the store, which is the New Holland store. A New Holland store, not the New Holland store. And this is another feature I really liked. I'm trying to think of another map I've seen this on, and I can't think of one. The rotating sign. It's a small thing. But I like that. That's really cool. Like I say, it's a small feature, but I like it. store just in here with your buy point. Obviously you can do your buy point from your main kind of your tablet, so to speak. Your workshop trigger is around the side for repair, maintenance, customization, selling is here, and your reset point is also here at the store. Nice large area, plenty of space for machinery to be spawned, and the gates are a double set of gates, so getting things in and out shouldn't be too much of a problem. We are going to head from the shop to the Cooperativa. And as we head to that, you'll see the placeable area. It's huge. This top section of the map is fairly flat compared to the rest of the map. And this is where you've got those two huge fields. I mean, they are pretty huge. Out to the northwest. And this is all nice and flat up here. So for placeables and, you know, making whatever you want on this map. And this placeables area is massive. So if you were going to go down the factories route, you could have a whole industrial section up here. Very cool. So the Cooperativa is, where are we? Just here when we get there, we'll have a look at the sell point menu actually. Obviously things like the spinnery are fairly obvious, and the sawmill is. The buildings are huge. Where's the sell point? Sell point's just there. So what we'll do is have a look in the menu and we'll scroll across. So as far as sell points go, what I consider to be a main sell point. Interesting in this one, the barn sell point is a fairly main sell point. It doesn't take a few of the different crop types, but it does a lot of stuff. The I'm going to get this right. Biostimolante, I think it's Biostimolante, is it buys manure and slurry, but it's also a buy point. We'll get to that later. So then you've got Consorzio, Cooperativa. We've done the Consorzio and Cooperativa. The Molino is the mill sell point. And then we've got sawmill, spinnery, and supermarket. Supermarket's a little bit different. It does eggs, and it does all those things from the factories. So if you do decide to do factories, pretty much the supermarket is where your sell point is for factory products on the map. So what we'll do from here is head around. We'll go around to the Biostimolante. Apologies if I said that wrong. I looked at a lot of these words up. Again, don't use Google Translate. It's a nightmare. It comes up as biostimulants. That can't be right, surely. It's basically organic products. Well, it's not. No, it's not actually, because well, you'll see. What it buys is organic. It buys manure and it buys slurry. So if we swing around here, gaining a bit of elevation up the hillside. So over here is the sell point, and this is where you can sell your manure and your slurry, which is a byproduct. If you're not going to use it for fertilizer and your animals are making it, you can sell your liquid and manure there, which is great. But what you can also do is you can buy here, you can buy slurry. Just by driving up alongside here, it comes up with the option to buy slurry. You can buy manure, you can buy lime, and around the other side you can buy solid fertilizer, which is weird. I thought it'd be liquid fertilizer, and I tried a liquid fertilizer sprayer and it wouldn't let me. I may have picked the wrong one or something, I don't know, but so this is a buy point as well. I did do a little bit of a test because I thought, well, that's interesting, because if that buys manure and you can get manure from there, if I buy it cheap and sell it and make a profit, weirdly it cost more to buy it than I made from selling it. So yeah, I mean, if you want to buy manure, you can. If you haven't got any animals and you want to do sort of organic fertilising, that's great. I guess the point being that the manure is a byproduct, and if you just want to get rid of it, you can sell it here. There are mods and stuff available, but yeah, interesting location and a bit of a buy point for various different products. Which brings us round again this way, and we're going to go up into the sawmill, which is up here. Nicely detailed. Lumber sell point just there, and our wood chip sell point is just there. Now I'm just thinking from here, yeah, should be able to do it. If we whiz up here, we've got this. I did think straight away about the Land Rover mod. But there's the two large fields. You've got a kind of a couple of little ways into here. There's a track a bit further away, but there's a whole load of logging available here. And it's all surrounded by rocks like this. But it gets a little bit more bumpy and undulating the further around you go. And I thought for a bit of Land Rover trialing or something, that'd be quite cool, wouldn't it? The Santana, not the Land... Well, I mean, it's a Land Rover, but the Santana. I don't know, first thing that popped into my head as I went over, I thought, that's pretty cool. Be good for a bit of trialing. I need to get out. Right. Actually, you know what? While we're here, let's go back to the map. So, we started here at the main farm. We came out, we came down across the river, we did the Consorzio, we did the biogas plant, then we came along there and up this track. We cut across, and then we went up here to the shop. We had a quick look at the placeable area and out across the two large fields, then to the Cooperativa. We came from the Cooperativa round up the hillside into the Biostimolante and then into the sawmill. And we just had a quick look over there. Like I say, all up around here, it's all very rocky and yeah, it's very cool. There is actually a track that gets into there, but up to the little house. And then we're going to head down now towards the fuel station supermarket, and then we'll do the last few sell points up in the more northeastern corner of the map. And it's weird because all of this all seems absolutely perfect. It's just a few little bits that the scaling just seems... There's loads of detail here. And that's what I meant at the start. It's a tale of two halves. It looks great. There's some really nice... The undulations and the landscape, the way it's done is really nice. There are just a few little bits here and there. Not enough, I think, to make people... Well, I hope not, for people to go, oh, it's unplayable. It's not unplayable, it's just, you know, it's what it is. So onto the main road, past the fuel station just here on the right. The supermarket sell point, which, as I said already, is kind of one of the more... or the main sell point, really, for factories products. So we have a lead lead with the sell point around the back. Just here. And then what we'll do is we'll take this turning, I think it's this one, pretty sure it's this one. We'll follow the road round. And we'll turn up here. So, as we turn here, we've got in the far corner the barn sell point. And then over here we've got the livestock market. If I hop out. Now, that can be an issue again. Some people are still reporting problems, mod clashes between the livestock system and the factories packs. Although they are supposed to be able to work together, you can't have more than a certain amount of factories and obviously livestock animal pens placed at the same time. But people are still finding that if they have the factories pack even installed, sometimes they can't access the livestock animal market triggers and pens and that kind of thing. So again, bit of a warning, they're not always compatible together, so yeah, you might want to go down the factories route. Some maps it works absolutely perfectly on, others it can be a bit of an issue. Another huge factory type building, very industrial looking. We are at Mulino, which is the mill. Again, one of the main sell points just here. So what we're going to do now is head down the hill away from here, past I think another of the forested areas. Oh, that's what I meant to say actually. When I said about the factories packs, and the details will be in the description, when I installed the map, it automatically installed those mods. So it did an auto install. Now, like I say, Once it's done that, if you've got the map and you don't want the factories, just go in and you just remove the factories. But it did automatically do them for me. I know I've said that before when I've done map tours and people have said, well, I couldn't find them, it didn't auto install them for me. I don't know if there's a reason why it would or wouldn't on certain things, but it did for me. So, turn in here. We are at the spinnery sell point for your wool and your cotton, which is just here. So, we have come from the supermarket, well, from the sawmill, past the fuel station to the supermarket. Then we came up this road here. We've done the barn in the corner, animal dealership, Molino. We've headed down here. There's another bit of forestry there. We're at the spinnery. We'll take the route just round there, and we'll be back at the main farm. It's a nice map, and I don't want people to think I'm not. Actually, we can cut across there. The few things that are an issue, and I'm not saying wrong with it, an issue, they are small things. You know, minor little bits of landscaping and stuff here and there. It's not. I wouldn't say a deal breaker, but that's a personal opinion. Often people will message me and say they won't download a map just because of the slot count alone, or there might be there are too many trees. Everyone has a different set of criteria they're looking at when they choose a map. This may be the perfect map for some people and they've been looking for something just like this for ages and ages and ages. Other people, just not their cup of tea. But again, that's the beauty of modding, map making, the amount of mods we have, the amount of maps we have. It's that choice thing again. There are some great features in this map. It's not huge, so you know that ability for maybe new players and stuff to familiarise themselves without being overwhelmed by a big map and loads of stuff could be an absolute bonus on this. Plus, it's another one that's been added into the list of maps that is compatible with the factories packs, because there aren't a huge amount of maps that are. But there you go, that's it. Hills of Italy. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.